Well, they're aggressive, always trying to bluff. You know, Joe Messina was like that too. We all are like that. If you see professional players, most of the times they bluff.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Gino.
You become a boss, but you're only gonna live to maybe a decade. Carlo Gambino, they were gonna get Carlo Gambino. He was
think
out
so?
of the woods. I mean, we started to get, yeah.
You
He
think they
was
were?
already Carlo Gambino. They were going to put him away in jail. The FBI was going after him.
Yeah.
They were arresting him left and right. They were taking him in, and he had a heart attack. He had, those days, it's still the RICO wasn't enforced, so they couldn't get people to talk. But if they would have got Gambino would end up in prison or dead. They would have because him and Joe Bonanno, they were in conflict. There was like a vendetta going on. That's when Joe Bonanno wrote the book. He wrote the book to show everybody I'm the fucking boss. Nobody's gonna do anything about it because I would bring the zip from Sicily and we all got it out.
Yeah.
And that's why they give him the pass. People say they put him in exile.
Do you think that was a huge mistake for him to write that book?
No, I think he did it to show everybody that he's the boss. The boss of bosses. He was a boss of bosses prior, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? So now, when they say that he was trying to kill Gambino, Lucchese, all that, yeah, people make traps. They set up traps. But if he wanted those guys dead, he was in so many wars, Joe Bonanno, since the 30s, right? What would have stopped him really to bring a squad from Sicily, hitmen, and do them in? What would have stopped them?
When the commission drops and they're arresting all these people like Paul Castellano before he gets killed, what are they saying in the street? What was the atmosphere in the street?
When the commission came down, well, Giuliano was building a RICO law. That's what got them, the RICO law. Carlo Gambino was already dead. Carlo Gambino was dead. He was already dead, 10 years?
Yeah, 76, right?
Yeah, so he was already dead. So Giuliani, he got this law that if the RICO stands that if they catch you, that you're a soldier doing a hit, and you're under Paul Castellano, right?
Yeah.
They were going to charge him with the murder too. So that's the RICO.
Do you remember when Paul Castellano gets killed?
Yeah.
And
yes.
Did you ever meet Sammy Gravano?
No. He was from Brooklyn.
What were your thoughts when Paul Castellano was killed?
They set him up. They set him up. Well, I don't know if people understand what really happened there. They get story from the journalism and about what was his name? Quack. What's his name? Angelo Ruggiero.
Yeah.
Dealing heroin. with John Gotti and the other guys. So that was a no-no with Carlo Gambino. If you deal with drugs, you're gonna get killed. Okay, so John Gotti was under Neil Della Croce. Neil Della Croce was his own power. Neil Della Croce was the man in the Gambino family. He had all the muscles, they call it, all the heavy hitters, you know. Johnny was just one of the guys. You know, there was other groups from New York, from Brooklyn, from Manhattan, that they were under Neil. So for Neil, he wanted to protect John. You know, John didn't do nothing. It was the other guys who were doing it. Angelo Ruggiero supposed to be related to Neil Della Croce. So it was a family thing, you know?
Yeah.
So he was trying to protect Angelo Ruggiero from getting killed. And that stalled. So when Neil Della Croce died, who was going to protect them anymore? Paul was going to do with them whatever he wanted to do with them, you know? So what happened? They said, let's do it first before they do it to us. Now, Gravano, I hadn't heard of Gravano at all. I mean, being a real around. He probably came in for a short time and he got under, with this captain, old timer, that he groomed him, and then the guy died, and then he went under, I guess, Neil, you know, because Neil had all the heavy hitters, all the shooters.
Yeah.
So Gravano was a killer, right? Gravano was a killer, you know, and there's a lot of guys like that. They, you know, most of the family like guys that do business, money makers, they own business, they go, and you need the muscles too, the shooters, you know, they got no business ambition, but they're enforcers. So that's what they have. And Neil was an enforcer, you know, he wanted to, but he didn't have maybe the brain to be the commanding chief, a godfather. So that's why he worked with Paulie Castellano, because Paulie was a moneymaker, you know, with the skyscrapers, with the cement, you know, the garbage, you
Unions.
know, everything, you know, the
Yeah.
guy, you know, so, and everybody liked Paul, the bosses. Salerno liked him, the Chin liked him. They made money. They made a lot of big money with him. So they all got busted right with the commission. Chin is playing like he's sick, senile, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the government's on top of him. He knows he can do nothing. So that's why John was walking around after he killed Castellano. You know what I mean? But they tried to kill him a few times, but they missed. The FBI's were there watching, and they busted the guys that were taking a shot at her, you know, on Liberty Avenue. So that's why Johnny was running around untouchable, because the feds were watching him. You know, they were protecting him really, because they
Yeah,
were
but
going to take everybody down.
do you believe that John Gotti and Sammy Gravano were in the car after they killed Paul Castellano and drove by the body?
I don't know. That's very, how do you say, facts, you know, like, I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know. You know, movies and stories are told and created the scenery. How do you say the scenes?
Yeah,
You know, a
yeah,
lot of fabricated. You know, the only thing I could speak for Joe Massino, the Nostelli family. They were good people. I dealt with Fritzy. He was on the chin, you know.
yeah,
I mean, I played cards with him. I went in his clubs, all the top-notch guys. They were they were fair people, you know what I mean? You do business, you respect, they respect you, you know. They don't they don't bash you, they don't treat you, they don't try to steal from you, you know. John Gotti was like that. He didn't try to take advantage of you, you know. I mean, I played cards with him a lot of times, you know.
did he
When you
lose?
win a table,
Was
yeah.
was he a good card player?
Well, you know, they aggressive, always trying to bluff, you know. Joe Messina was like that too. I mean, we all are like that, you know. You know, if you see professional players, most of the times they bluff, you know, but they know to keep a straight face and they know, you know, they read your eyes, you know. It's a chess game. So he was a degenerate. I used to see him at the Roosevelt racetrack. You know, that was just gambling. Everything was gambling. You know, I was too. I lost a lot of money. And Joe took advantage of me too because he took me, you know, on a game at Brown Beach with the Russian Jews, millionaires, because he couldn't get it off. And I went there with free, and then he me. I was supposed to get 25% of the game, and he cheated me out to 10%. You know, he put me down to, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was just, after I lost a lot of money. Yeah. I was young, you know,
Yeah.
trying to make my bones with the wrong people, you know. But I'm here, he's not, and a lot of other people are not, right?
How were you able to
So
get out of that life? Like, what path did you take after the commission happens and all that? What direction did your life go in?